Hey everyone, I'm Ann Lewis. I'm the team lead for the MacroBlitz project. And in this presentation, we are going to talk about getting ready for MacroBlitz. MacroBlitz actually starts before you get out to your site. After watching this presentation, you will know how to pick a good site for MacroBlitzing and be prepared with the safety essentials. Let's start with site selection. And I should add that this is most useful if you are bringing a group, if you're an educator or a camp counselor or something like that. Although there'll be content useful if you're going out individually as well. You want to make sure that your site is accessible. How are you going to get there? And if you're bringing a group, how are they going to get there? Be mindful of mobility issues and challenges and barriers around that. You wanna make sure your site it's legal, meaning it's legal for you to be there, as well as it's legal for you to scoop up and look at macroinvertebrates. Not every site is legal to do that. So check with the land manager if it's a public piece of land before you go. Most important, you wanna make sure it's safe. And by safe, we mean man-made hazards like traffic and watching for big, rusty, broken bits of trash as well as natural hazards like fast rushing water. The rule of thumb is you shouldn't go in water that is above your knees, and the faster the water is, the lower it should be on your leg. Once you have selected your site, go scout it out. Make sure it's accessible, legal, and safe. Be checking for cell service on your way out there. So if you lose it, you know where you have to go to get it back. You'll want to look for habitat, and that will be covered in another module on find macroinvertebrates. And then spend some time macroblitzing yourself because, especially if you're bringing a group, you don't want to bring a bunch of people out there only to find that there's really not much there. All right, let's look at safety now. You'll want to bring a first aid kit. Now, this is a stock photo, so you're not going to need everything in this photo, but you will, at the bare minimum, need materials and supplies to clean some sort of cut and to cover the same cut. First aid kit. You will need drinking water. Half a liter per person per hour is the rule of thumb, more if it's hot. You will need a go prepared plan, especially if you're bringing a group. A go prepared plan is literally a written plan. You write it down and you're going to use it when you give your safety talk because you will give a safety talk. You're going to talk about the hazards that they'll find and the precautions you'll take to avoid them. You on the safety plan, you will have the number and location of emergency and medical services. You don't necessarily need to review that with your group. You'll also have a weather forecast, especially if it's anticipated to be super hot or there's a chance of thunderstorms. That you'll definitely want to cover with your group. Communications. If you are going out, make sure you let someone know where you're going and when you'll be back. You also should keep a cell phone with you just in case. So, to review, we covered on how to pick a good site for MacroBlitz and how to be prepared with the safety essentials. Thanks for watching and happy MacroBlitzing.